Guy Golly, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is 2025. Welcome to the Clashing Conferences Rotating Member College Edition podcast. I'm your classy host, Matt. And here in the year 2025, we're only here to bring class. So again, I got to step my game up. That means I'm here for you, the people. As are these handsome gentlemen here, all their names ending in Y. Boys, it looks like you've all upgraded in 2025. How we doing?
Good, sir. Excited to start the year with you guys.
Yep. Started off right this year.
Tony P, you're flying blind tonight?
Definitely I'm going to have to raise my hand when to be called on, but 2025 going to be a good year for us. And Wisconsin sports.
All right.
And we just won a championship last year, and we're going to win another one this year in the NBA. Yep.
I need you to stand up because you look like a little gopher
You
or
gotta
prairie
tell
dog poking
me.
your head.
You
Oh, now
gotta
you look
tell
like
me what my position
you look like the
is. I
Jolly
don't
Green
know.
Giant now.
Right
There you go, right there. That's
Okay.
Yep. You're gonna have to hold a
I
squat
can
the
do
entire
it.
night.
Let's go. It's only a 30-minute
All right.
episode. I can do it.
You could just raise your camera though.
Is that good?
It's great, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to talk about college sports. We've got cameras raising. We've got Patty going from a dungeon to the penthouse. We've got Cody going into the nether void that is the white background. I'm loving this. Let's talk about college. There are games happening right now as we speak, boys. Coming in hot. Patty, you must be upset. Obviously, a tragedy occurred. Postpone the Notre Dame game, but if you'd like to talk about that, by all means, sir, go right ahead.
Yeah, I mean, first things first, thoughts and prayers out to the families affected, by the situation in New Orleans. And won't touch too much on it, but just, we go out to them and it's obviously the game is a second concern to me as of right now. I'm glad they're getting it in tomorrow, but, just shout out to them. Hopefully Notre Dame starts the year 1-0. I think as long as they can run the ball tomorrow, we're in business. I think maybe I'm looking a little bit ahead, but oh my God, Ohio State looks unbelievable. And Penn State looked pretty good last night too. So I think the Final Four, whether it's Notre Dame or Georgia get in, is shaping up to be the four best teams in college football, in my opinion. You could make an argument that Oregon kind of got shafted by the seeding being number one, that Texas plays Clemson and ASU, Penn State plays Boise State and SMU, and Oregon had to come off a 2-week bye and play arguably the best team in the country right now in Ohio State. So that would be my only piece, but I've enjoyed it so far. I think some people were a little upset last week. I know we didn't get to meet last week. I know some people were upset about, what the lower seeds kind of put up against these bigger teams, but I don't think there's the only team that I would have let in that didn't get in is maybe Ole Miss, just based on their offensive prowess, but I don't think that any of the teams that were in didn't deserve to be there despite the scores, despite what SMU looked like, despite what Clemson looked like. I don't think that they didn't deserve to get in. Obviously, Clemson won their conference, so that's a little bit different. But I don't know, Tony, Cody, any thoughts on that?
I think the first round was a little boring, in my opinion. I would have liked to see a little closer games. I'm kind of ticked off with the Oregon game right now. I figured, like you kind of said, I think they got hosed by the committee. I mean, you come in, like you said, 2-week bye, and then you got to play the best team other than yourself. The first game, that kind of sucks for you. That I would be upset if I was an Oregon fan. As a Kentucky fan, I don't have to worry about college football playoffs. But if I was an Oregon fan, I'd be a little upset.
Yeah.
Cody, are you on a trampoline? I just need to clarify before we move on. Are you currently jumping up and down?
No, I'm actually propping it up with my hand, so we'll see how this works out. You'll probably see me get lower and lower as my hand gets tired.
Okay. All right. Tony P, I know you love you some college, so go ahead, talk to me, babe.
As far as the seating goes, I just think that they need to rearrange it to where the top four teams are the top four teams, and then they get the buys, and then after that, everything's going to play out as it is. I mean, there just clearly aren't 12 good teams in college that deserve to be in those playoffs. But I mean, the Arizona State game today was pretty awesome. I don't know if anybody watched Arizona State, Texas State.
Game of the year.
That's pretty awesome. But that needs to be like the first round game versus like the second round game. Like Arizona State clearly doesn't deserve the bye. And it's crazy. I was reading an article today that they're already talking about like just completely changing the system next year, like completely revamping it. They're already talking about it. So it's like crazy that they just threw this together, and who knows what it's going to look like next year. But
Yeah, it's interesting, but I think I kind of agree with you that I would give the top 4 teams a
Mhm.
bye, and then if you win your conference, you're guaranteed a
Yeah.
home game.
Yep.
So I think that the first 2 rounds should be at home, not just the first round. Like I think the round of 12 and the round of 8 should be home games. So that guarantees if you win your conference that you're guaranteed at least one home game. And then the 4 teams are the quote unquote 4 best. Doesn't have to be conference winners, could be AP poll, could be coaches poll, however you want to vote it. Because realistically, if you look at this bracket, and not that it would have changed too much, but if you look at this bracket, you would have gotten probably something along the lines of Oregon at 1, Georgia at 2, Texas at 3,
Yeah.
Ohio State at 4. That's probably what you would have got. You could also argue that you could have had Penn State with a bye too, over a team like Texas or over a team like Ohio State. But the thing that it would have created, I think, is you talk about like how you were kind of bored, Cody, with the first round.
Yep.
That what it would have created is the first round, instead of being SMU Penn State, it might have been SMU
Yeah.
Indiana, or it might have been ASU
Yeah.
Clemson. Like those games would have been more quote unquote competitive than some of these other matchups were.
This sounds to me a lot like what Matt was saying in the beginning. College football, it's always, oh, big game, blah, 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 and then it's just
Yep.
blowout, and you're like, okay, great.
I'd say the Arizona State Texas was probably, well, so far has to be the best game.
Oh, it's the game of the year. Not even. I
Yeah.
can't even think of another one off the top of my head that was like even close to that.
Well, I'd say the one where, what was it? The 8 overtime one. Georgia and,
Oh, Georgia Tech.
yeah, I'd say those, like, that's probably the 2 best games all year. Other than that, it's been blowouts.
Yeah.
Now, where is two-way Tony? Is he not here because
Said he's working. I think
I think
that's what he
he's
said. Yeah,
tied with
work.
the
Yeah,
he better
Boise
be
quotations.
getting
State
us some Nittany
bandwagon.
Lion content sitting there?
He's probably watching the North Carolina Louisville game right now.
So, shout out to two-way Tony if you're there. You better have some good Penn State content because you're talking about Mo Bamba and that place hopping. They've been winning ever since, so I'm expecting some content here. Yes? No? Maybe so?
I think so.
Okay. Good expectation to have. What else you
Yep.
guys thinking as far as, again, so what do we have to look forward to with the rest of this playoff? Does it seem like the right teams are finally going to play and we might actually get some close games besides the one you had today that went to double overtime? Or
I think this is probably the top 4 most expected, with the exception of Oregon/Ohio State being out. Like, Oregon to me belongs in the top 4. Obviously, they didn't prove that today by losing to Ohio State, and I get it. But they always say, in college football, the saying is, especially with these playoff matchups, is like you can beat a team in the regular season, and it doesn't really matter. Like that's kind of what Oregon found out today, is that you beat Ohio State in the regular season, and it literally does not mean a single thing because you didn't show up when it mattered. So to me, they'd probably be the only one in the top 4 that's not going to make it, that's out. But I would say that the top 5 teams in the country as of today are the top. So Texas was definitely one. Penn State, Ohio State, Oregon, and then you can include Georgia and Notre Dame in that. That would be the top 6 that would have, like, if this was a 6-team playoff instead of a 12-team playoff, those probably were the 6 teams in regardless. So you'd have to say the system is still pretty much working, in my opinion.
all right, now Tony, I know you're flying blind, so Patty and Cody, I'm seeing some things pop up here on our screen, kind of like CNN. What are the headlines popping up here?
I think it says, from breaking from our producer, from BNB Network LLC Incorporated 2004, it says, Tony, prop your camera up, you jamoke. I can't see your face.
Like, can I get like some help? Then tell me. Like, I don't know what's good or bad. Like, is this bad or
Okay, I know
worse?
you
Like, can
can't
I get
see.
something?
Hold on. Hey, I know you can't see us, but can you
I
see
can't
you?
see nada. I'm staring at a blank screen like I'm talking on a phone call, guys.
All
That's
right.
what.
Okay. I was just checking.
But am I better?
You're
Like,
good
can we
now.
get
You're good.
like you guys
Yeah.
can tell me to do it and then no response on if it's better or worse?
Oh, well,
It
you were
also,
good until you just
wait,
went
hold
and
on,
touched it.
Tony. Tony, it says there's another message here, and it says, holy crap, I'm not dealing with Tony P during the basketball podcast anymore because of this.
You heard it here, folks. You heard it
did
here
not say
first.
that, but I just,
First off,
I
this
gotta get
has
after it.
never happened before, and if I had 2 seconds to do this before the show, like we can do like our little halftime break, and hopefully I can fix it. Like I just needed a minute. It's okay.
Okay.
We're flying. We're college kids. We do it on the fly. I showed up a little late to class today. There's a little snow on the ground. It's okay. We're good. Can you see me? Yes or no? That's all I want to know. Yeah.
Yes.
I got you, Tony.
Yes.
You're
I got
looking
you.
Can
good
I
now.
ask a
Looking
question
good.
Yes.
regarding the games? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we haven't talked about it yet. I want to know because Patty Scouts is on the phone right now. So I was hammering Notre Dame before, like last week when it came out, Notre Dame, Georgia. Then the quarterback doesn't play. Carson Beck isn't playing. He's out. The backup quarterback's in. Nothing has changed. The line hasn't changed. People are still picking Georgia. Like, I need to know about this guy. Like, are you scared? Are you worried? I don't know. What's going on? Because I was feeling confident about Notre Dame. I still feel confident about Notre Dame, but it's Georgia still.
I think this is just one of those games for me that, like, it just comes down to Notre Dame doing what Notre Dame does, and they win. Now, what's been added with I can't think of the backup's name right now. It's probably on me. But what has been added with him is that you don't have as much tape on him. You know what you're getting with Carson Beck. You know what he's going to do, and he's pretty good. But you don't have, especially as a football coach, as a football player, the unexpected is hard to figure out what you're doing. So. What are you laughing at?
I'm sorry. I was laughing because I kept wondering why the thumbs up thing kept popping up, and then I
Because my
realized
hand
it's
was like
because you're
this. My
sitting
hand
like
was like
this and
this
your
in my
thumb.
yeah. I noticed that too. But
And I tried not to laugh, but it did not go
you're
well.
good. I'm gonna hammer him, Tony, but hopefully they run the ball again. If they're running the ball successfully and Riley Leonard's throwing 20 to 27 passes a game, he's very good at that and he's very successful. But if they have to throw the ball 45 times, they're in trouble. So hopefully they control the pace. They go up a little bit early with their run game and kind of make Georgia chase points, which I don't think they're going to be successful at.
I think Notre Dame's got it. I really do. I'm pulling for you, Patty. I'm
Yeah.
pulling for your
I
team.
hope so, man. I hope so. Feels like we're on a destiny trail for Notre Dame, Ohio State, and I hate every inch of that. Like I hate it so much. Like
Hey, that's the championship game. Like that, you got to play the best teams.
yeah, the last championship game Notre Dame was in, Manti Te'o's fake girlfriend dumped him before the game, and they lost by 55. So I don't have much good
You've been
experience with Notre
telling
Dame in
us
the
all
national
year this is a
championship.
different team. You got.
I agree.
Now you're scared going to the championship game.
We got to win 2 more to get there, first of all. But I'm not scared. It's like the Met mentality. I mean, I tell you that all the time. It's like the Mets have just instilled this fear in me that the worst that can happen will always happen. And
Murphy's
even
Law.
I'm a Celtics fan. Obviously, I've seen championships. I'm a
You're
Steelers fan.
Celtics fan and a
I've seen these
Steelers fan.
things.
Oh
Yep.
my god! Oh, gross.
So I've seen it, but not with Notre Dame. So I guess I'm
Who do you
hesitant
think?
with
Who
them
do
a
you
little
think
bit.
has the bigger size? Like, I feel like Notre Dame has the size matchup though. Like, they're huge. Do you think they got a bigger matchup than Georgia? I know Georgia has the top athletes, but
I think if you saw what Georgia's defense did to Texas's offense, it gives you a little bit of sway when you're talking about how good they can be. And again, I think that's why it comes down to running the ball. Notre Dame up front, Notre Dame always has a top 5, top 7 offensive line in the country. If they can control the line of scrimmage and Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price can run like they did against Indiana, like I don't know if you guys saw the final stat line because I don't know if we've talked since Notre Dame's win. I don't think we have. So Notre Dame's had that stat line where Jeremiah Love had a 97-yard run, and they literally only ran him 3 other times the whole game. His final stat line was like 4 runs for 106 yards, and a touchdown. Like, they're going to run him more than 4 carries. He's had a week and a half to rest now. They're gonna run Jadarian Price. Like, their horses are healthy. They just have to control the guys up front. And Georgia always has a good D line, so I think that's the matchup to look out.
I can see that.
Boys, I have a confession. I wanna start off 2025 on the right foot. So this might be a little scandalous. All right, but I'm gonna come clean tonight. So there's been a little scuttlebutt going on because I may have mispronounced A1 Rudy Rudiger's last name incorrectly. But when I went back and checked the tape, and actually one of our special reels that we had on Instagram, one Patty Bailey said Rudy Rudibaker.
I did.
Now
I
here's the
watched it
scandal.
too.
Here's the scandal. I didn't know the friggin' difference. I've never seen the movie. I just wanted to play along and see how far I could push this thing. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. So, was he offsides? Who knows?
I don't know. I think between Rudiger and Rudibaker, I was like, maybe I was hungry and I was thinking about like I don't even know where Rudibaker comes in, but I was like, oh, Rudibaker.
Yeah,
You
Rudy
know?
Tooty, fresh and fruity. If you're out there, hey, I got no beef with you because I don't even know who you are. So there you go.
I love when you get in like an Instagram beef with somebody and you're like half into it, and then people come in full-hearted attack on you, and you're like, whoa, I don't know nothing about this.
Yeah, or they start telling you his life story, and you're like, I don't need that either. I'm good.
That's great.
Oh boy, guys. Does anybody know what time it is? We started late.
Tony P, take a guess what it is. You can't see anything. You have one guess to guess what time it is.
You got one shot, one
Matt
opportunity.
Time?
Hey, content manager, if you will please cue the music. Oh, this one. That's gonna come back and haunt somebody. No, they're quick. They're quick. Easy one goes bye-bye. I still talk with my hands. Just want to say
When I can't
I'm the
see
host
you.
with the most. Oh yeah. Also, real quick, Tony, you're on the spot, but I know you like to carry cheat sheets. So once again, we are known as a
Sports Fan Network. Hell yeah! Let's go!
Nailed it. Don't punch your dog. Be nice. Hey, follow-up question, Tony. Who is our sponsor?
Ooh!
You can phone a friend, and I'll be your friend if you need it.
I don't have my cheat sheet on me, so yeah.
You phone it in? All right. Once again, if you're ever in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and you're looking for a haircut, go to Sparrow Hair Studio. Come on, Tony.
Hair Studio.
And who do you go see?
Anyone.
Who do you go see?
Look, I'm not doing it again. I'm not saying it.
Lean. Come on, boys. We got this. All right. We're going to stay after the episode airs tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to stay after and we're going to do some extra studying. Okay? All right. Let's see. You know what? I don't even know if I can ask Patty this question because I might be spilling too much tea tonight. Hold on. Cody.
Yo.
What's the best thing that Santa brought you this year?
Well, it definitely wasn't a Kentucky basketball win because we got blown out by Ohio State. I didn't get nothing really. I guess it was more so making I guess the kids happy. You know what I mean? That was top tier, and I didn't forget my kids this time.
There you go.
See,
good man. Patty, Tony, anything special you get for Christmas?
Oh, you want to go first or me first, Patty? I can't see.
Tony, you go.
I'm going to keep it PG.
Lord have mercy.
Tony's like, I can't see you, so we might as well just not let this content see the light of day. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony and his girlfriend went to Michigan. They live in Wisconsin. They went to Michigan. He's still going. This is Tony, when a lifeguard comes to save you, just stop pulling him down. Okay. Patty.
I don't know where I'm supposed to go after that, but
Santa.
Hey, my favorite gift, that I got two very, very, very favorite gifts here. My beautiful wife bought me some tickets to go see the Celtics play in April in Boston, so we're gonna take a little
Ooh.
trip there in late April to go see the Celtics play.
You gonna holler at your boy or what?
What'd you say?
You gonna give me a ring a ding ding? I'll hit you up.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
And then the other one was do a little shameless plug like I like to do. If you follow Coach Dan Casey on Twitter, he's the Play Callers Club. He posts a play a day. And so I got that, and I got a couple of books from him from my mom. Basically, like he wrote a whole book on how to, like 52 ways to run counter and how to run mesh and all this stuff that I really love. So shout out to Mama Bailey for hooking your boy up with that.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Tony, I'm scared now. I don't even know if I want to ask you for the love of Pete, but okay, we'll try it.
Do
Here we
it.
go. Buckle up. What is one podcast resolution that you've made for this year, and what is one casual life resolution that you have made for this year?
Well, podcasting's no cursing, which I feel like I'm getting better at. So I feel like I'm not gonna lose any points in cursing, and I'm gonna win the basketball competition this year because I know all the rules. There's no way you guys can swindle me out of winning a championship in that. So that's gonna be my podcast resolution, and my personal resolution. I hate these because nobody ever follows them, but I will become fluent in Spanish. I'm still trying to do that, and that's what I'm going to do.
That's right. That's right. You are working on that. That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. Patty. I don't know, Patty. What do I do here? I gotta friggin' Omaha this thing.
I don't know. You tell me.
Let's see. Patty. Okay. I can Omaha this thing like Peyton. You ready? So,
Sure.
you, Cody, you are on the. You've been like the latest draft class from the Clashing Conferences, right, to the franchise. So, give out some awards. Who would you give out? MVP, Rookie of the Year. I don't know. You know what I mean? Come up with a category if you got one in your head. But go give me your sideline perspective on 2024 Clashing Conferences.
Across everything?
Sure.
Okay. I'll give you 3 awards.
Okay.
I'll give you Comeback Player of the Year, which I would give to Topher because he literally gets thrown in the mud every single morning about the Giants and somehow comes back every day with a chipper attitude. So that's 1.
Yep.
2, I will give Rookie of the Year to Cody because if you've never seen content from spelling the word Italian, I can't help you. Like literally, that's the definition of like bringing your A game. And 3, I'd like to give our brains and brawn MVP, Steve, who people don't get to see on camera all the time. He's the MVP of our production. And, you know, what they say in Friday Night Lights, if you want to win, put Booby in. If you want to have a successful sports fan network, podcasting network, and group of friends, put Steve
Love
in, baby.
Steve.
Put the beard in.
I like it. Well, I'm hoping this year we're going to actually bring some awards to the pod so that this time next year we're crowning some champions. We're naming some winners and giving
An
out some
award show. I like it. A little end of the year award show.
It's our takeoff year. It's our takeoff year.
Most likely to verbally threaten a Louisville fan, Cody Gentry.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And they did just beat North Carolina. It was probably by luck. They probably paid the refs. Cheated somehow, I would assume.
Well, two-way Tony's he was down on North Carolina, so apparently they're trash. We're getting their season's done.
Yeah, but Louisville's even more trash. Trashy fans. Trashy organization.
Before we go, well, hold on now. I got to stop you there, Cody, because I just found out that my girl, Hollywood Haley J, it resides sometimes in Louisville. So we might have to, you know what I mean? If we're going to be her guest.
Let's do it.
And I wanted to take the initiative to show her just how well you and I know how to get dressed up for an occasion.
Yeah. I fumbled that today. I fumbled. Sorry.
Listen, it's okay.
You got enough swag for the both of us tonight.
I don't know where the fishnets are, but we're going to keep it classy. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are the Clashing Conferences podcast. You can join us. Hit us up. Like, subscribe. We got the Patreon. We got football. We got basketball coming up. This thing is going to switch from college 2 college football and NFL playoffs. All those things will be happening at the same time. We got all kinds of stuff going on. You can have your camera not work. You can still come on here. You can have a shaky camera. You can be in a basement. You can have posters. You can do whatever you want. You can have Neapolitan ice cream curtains like Randy on the football podcast. Guess what? We will find a place for you.
Oh, Lord. That's great.
I love you, Randy. I got to send Randy some conspiracy theory videos. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, Happy New Year. Welcome to 2025. This is how we're doing it. See you guys next week.
See you later.
I'm literally going to give you the play-by-play on how you would participate in this podcast in less than 15 seconds. Here we go. You download an app. Our content producer, content manager sends you a link. You hit the link. You record, and usually within 30 seconds, unless you have COVID internet, you're done. That's it. You do nothing else. Steve does all the work. He stays up late at night. He does the editing. App, click it, hang up. The end. So,
That's
again,
it.
I understand people don't want to take on any more work than they need to. You're not. So just keep
There
that
is
in
no
mind.
work. This is fun time.
Yes.
Sometimes a little bit of extra
Fun
work,
time.
maybe if you want to be the host. But if
Big
you just
facts.
want to be a team rep, come in here and talk about your team as easily as you talk about it with any one of your friends or rivals.